Have you ever had a boss that seemed to only serve themselves and their own best interests? How did that make you feel? Chances are, it wasn't the best experience. In this session, Dr. Fred Garman will discuss an entirely different model for leadership, called servant leadership. We'll take a look at the Bible and discover how Jesus and the disciples taught this model of leadership in the New Testament. We'll also explore the potential that lies ahead as we seek to exchange pride for humility and fear for confidence in God. Leadership is a lifelong journey, and the path of servant leadership is one that is worthy of the calling God has placed on your life. Get ready. This is Servant Leadership Part 1. Welcome to Session 7.
Hello and welcome to Leader Labs and this series entitled The 10 Essential Skills of the Executive Leader or of Executive Leadership. During the next 4 sessions, we're going to talk about this all-important skill called servant leadership. And in fact, in the first 2, I'm going to unpack some really important ideas and concepts about servant leadership.
When I say the word humility, what comes to mind? Do you think strong and capable, or weak and overlooked? In this session, Dr. Jake Stum will explore how the early church revolutionized the idea of humility. He'll unpack a powerful model for Christian leadership that Jesus set in motion, and he'll challenge us to follow in the footsteps of Christ. Break out your workbook. This is the Humility Factor. Welcome to Session 9.
Hello and welcome back to the 10 Essential Skills of Executive Leadership. We are in the essential skill of servant leadership, and we are going to shift attention a little bit now to talk about a specific leadership trait that at Leader Labs we believe in very strongly, and that leadership trait is called humility. The humility factor is something that's very important within any scope of leadership, but especially within Christian leadership and in the history of Christian leadership. It's interesting, if you do research and you go back and you study, starting with Jesus through the early church and throughout the first few centuries, the most important virtue that comes up time and time again, whether you're in Scripture or you're in the early church fathers' writing, is virtue.